chosen ones, empaths, you got to realize prior to the narcissist either discarding you or you moving, you pushing them away so they can't be with you. Initially, they never thought they would have too much trouble. You know, they thought they'll find a new supply and they'll settle down with the new supply. Everything will be fine. You know, they'll be able to get over you. They didn't really take into consideration what it's actually like trying to move on from an empath, a chosen one. And this is where you need to realize your value. It's not an easy thing. It's very troublesome. It's not easy at all. You really need to know your value. There's something you bring to the table, and it is your love. And all of your qualities that you possess, right, are at such a high frequency and at such a powerful light that it's not easy to replace. You know, it's almost like getting a light bulb. You get a new light bulb, but it's not as high a wattage, and you put it in and it's not lighting the room as well, and everything just looks dark and gloomy. This is what it's like when the narcissist loses you. You're no longer lighting their world. You're no longer putting your spotlight on them, lighting up their world around them, because that's what you do. And they took it for granted. They all took it for granted. Every narcissist you've encountered in your life has took it for granted till after the event. That's why afterwards they'll find themselves in bouts of constant promiscuity, whether male or female, indulging in meeting new people, trying to replace you. They're just trying to fix and replace you. That's basically what they're trying to do. And when they run into this bad new supply, and what I mean by bad new supply is they're not really getting any supply at all. It's like they're thinking, what did I do that for? Like, what have I done? Because everything's supply with them. They need it to live. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. In some circumstances, we always say that the narcissist has to have someone. They have to have someone, but they ain't gonna stick around someone like really involved. They're gonna be detached. So even if they're around the vicinity of a new supply, they're not really involved like how they were with us, you know, because there was constant gain from their side of things with us. There's no gain for them with their new supply, you know, and these people will find themselves years later being caught up on us. You may think it's not true, but it is. You have to know your value about what you bring. It's very powerful what you bring. It's very, very powerful. It's very, very powerful. And they will wish for you back. They will continuously wish for you back. Every day when they're faced with this new supply, they will continuously wish for you back. But as we know, they've often turned the situation so toxic prior to the discard or prior to them pushing you so you had to leave them. We've seen how toxic it really gets. So there's no way even for a conversation between us two anymore. In most circumstances, you know, even if you do have children, it's like you're just keeping it to about the children. You don't want to talk to them about nothing else. You know, you see them on visitation days, or the parent comes to pick them up on visitation days, the narcissist picks them up, or the narcissist is with them more permanently, however it is. You know, the narcissist suffers. It's not an easy ride. It's not an easy ride. Because you just gotta know, like, if they need something to survive, they need this energy source to survive, to function. They need that light, and they don't have it anymore. All they'll remember is that light. They don't remember the bad things that they said about you. They've forgotten about that. You know, every bad thing that they said and they uttered that might still have scarred your heart. You know, the horrible comments or the devaluation that they said to you. They don't view you in that light anymore. I made a video about dumper's remorse. But the narcissist is how this will work for, even if you ended it with them, is the narcissist is always pushing out the mean, the negative onto us. And with time, that slowly disappears, the negative that they're pushing onto us. They'll forget us that, and they'll start to idolize us again. They'll start to put us back through the idolization period, back to how it was at the beginning. You know? A lot of them, I've mentioned this before, a lot of them push you away to try and get more from you. And they don't realize there's a breaking point. They don't realize you're going to cut contact with them. Or you're not going to be sticking around waiting for them when they discard you. And I don't just mean going into a new relationship or something like that. I mean, you're mentally and physically and spiritually going to heal from the abuse, and you're going to become stronger, and you're no longer going to take that kind of abuse anymore. So they remember the good things that you used to do. I've said this before as well, how they twist the new supplier into you. They try to change the new supplier into you. You might see, if you had long hair, you might see the new supplier with long hair. You know, for example, this is what they do. They'll do things in the bedroom that you used to do to try and change the new supply into you. They're deranged creatures. They're nothing but weirdos. That's what they are, nothing but weirdos that masquerade through this life with artificial light, that are plugged into the demonic realm. Yeah? You know? And a comment, someone mentioned in a comment yesterday, they said, you said that they're plugged into the demonic realm, but how comes you said they're not inherently evil? And the reason why I said they're not inherently evil is that the core of all of these narcissists was a pure, innocent child that was born. That's my belief. And my belief is that we're born pure, and they got tainted and corrupted. And I'm not excusing what happened to them as a child, or if they suffered some traumatic experience or something like that. But what I'm trying to say is, none of us have had an easy ride either, right? You know, we haven't had an easy ride, and we haven't let what happened to us in our younger years dictate how we act. Maybe we have, but we've learned from it, or we've repented to God, or we've seen how we actually want to rise above that and maybe help people, or we want to try and do stuff like that. Whereas the narcissist becomes bitter, twisted, resentful. More and more hate is consumed in their heart, is absorbed in their heart. They become through and through evil, and they basically become subservient to the devil. So when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with a devil. That's why you can't get truth out their mouth. Yeah, you can't. Devils don't speak truth. That's why the narcissist lies for no reason. They lie for things they don't even know that they're lying about. They don't know. Then they'll use that thing they lied about to give them leverage in a future circumstance. You know, or they're always lying because they're always calculating a plan that's going to lead to something. You know. But just know it's not an easy ride for them. They're there now with a new supply. The new supply is not you. They want you back because you provided them the potent supply. You know. They end up alone in their minds with a new supply, knowing that they wanted you in their lives. Some of them have made such messes that they don't know how they're going to go back on it. And they remain wishing for you back. But what we've got to do is make sure that we never let them back. We need to never let them back, even in the moment of weakness. We can never let them back into our lives. We can never let them back in. We have to door slam them. We have to door slam them. And you can do this even when you've got children. I've mentioned about perfecting the grey rock method. You know, perfecting it to your best capabilities. So you're only functioning on the children and you're not giving them no attention from anything else. Anything else they talk about, you make it so uncomfortable for them to even utter those words. That's the best way that I can describe it. So just let's leave them with their new supply. Let's leave them. Let them stew a bit. You know? If they do message your phone and you are in communication about the children and they're mentioning something about the children, not about the children in the message, or they lure you in with messages about the children and they mention something else, don't respond. Or if you have to respond, take ages to respond. Don't respond to them like quick and, you know. To be honest, if they're talking about something other than the children, just ignore them. That's what I'd say. Especially by text. Just ignore them. Next time you pick up your child or next time they come to pick up the child from you, they ask you about it, ignore them again. Seriously. You gotta really, that's the grey rock method. You really gotta try and enforce it with them. But anyway, just know they're with their new supply or they're trying to find a new supply and they won't find anyone. They won't find anyone like you. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. Please press the like and subscribe button. And if you want a one-to-one session, you can find the details in the description box. Anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.